there are some times where it's like, just fucking tell me what to do.
Yes.
Right? Like, okay, you can ask me. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, this is why I hired you. Please tell me what is the next thing that I need to do, and I'll go do it.
You're tuned in to the Skirts Up Show with Samantha Mandel. Same truth, same wild ride, but keep your panties on.
What's up, Skirts Up Squad? It's Samantha, and today I am a little starstruck. Stroke. I'm not really sure what the correct word is there, but today we have Renee Carbone Fleming with us today. She is the Queen of Reinvention, founder of Badass Queen,
Mhm.
and she's about to tell us about an award she just won, including the book that recently came out, Watch Me. So, Renee, thank you so much for joining us.
You kidding? Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate that.
Of course. Okay, so this award, I mean, that's obviously so exciting. Tell us about it.
Oh my God. So, for those that are entrepreneurs out there or can understand, there are so many times as an entrepreneur where, like, am I really, should I really be freaking doing this? Like, I don't know. Maybe I should just get a freaking job and just call it a day. Like, this shit's hard, right?
Yeah.
And I've been in this space for, I've been an entrepreneur for over a decade, for about 13 years. And there are so many ups and downs, but that's why I love sharing it because nothing is ever as pretty as it is on Instagram. But I received a phone call saying I was nominated for Top Empowerment Coach of the Year. And I was like, wait, what? I'm like, and they don't tell you who nominated you. It's a secret thing. And then like the board reviews you and your socials. And I guess they listened to my Unapologetically Badass podcast and they were like, oh, I like her vibe, whatever. So they awarded me, I was on the NASDAQ billboard, like my mug on the NASDAQ. And I mean, what a pinch me. That was one of the coolest experiences I ever had. So I got to take my oldest daughter and my boyfriend, my oldest daughter's husband, and we got to go to New York and they got to see me and we took pictures with my face on the NASDAQ and us and then
Love
just
that.
bougie. And then we even had they had a gala, a black tie gala at the
Ooh.
Bellagio in Vegas in December. And I mean, bougie. And I've become like friends with such amazing women through this organization. So it's just like you'd never know where, like, I believe in God. You never know where God takes you and molds you and says, okay, this is who I'm going to introduce you to because you're meant to go this path. It's just, it's been such an incredible ride.
That is so amazing. One of my secret, not so secret, big time life goals, dreams is that my first visit to New York will be because I am featured on one of the billboards.
I mean, I didn't even have that on my bingo card. I did not even have that on my vision board. And I'm all about like manifesting and vision board and future self and miracle morning. I have all sorts of things that I do. That was not there. Recognition and building my business and helping other women increase visibility, that all was. But yeah, good. So do it. Samantha, you're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know why that's like on the top
Hey,
of my board, but somehow, some way,
yep,
we'll get there.
yep, for sure. I love it.
And you just mentioned that you have morning routines, and I was listening to you on another podcast, and it took me back a second because we recently had a guest on. His name's DJ, and he is just this very, very sweet soul. And he's the first person that ever introduced us to having a recording that they listen to at the beginning of each day about their future life. And I heard that you do the same thing.
I do. A part of my miracle morning. Now, some people laugh. Some people call me either crazy or brilliant. I've heard both. And I'm going to go with the brilliant part. But I
Crazy
drink
brilliant.
crazy brilliant. There we go. Perfect. I drink black coffee in the morning. So I put a Keurig next to my bed. So every morning I just roll over, I press brew, and I have coffee in bed every single day. So
Oh, nice.
doesn't that sound beautiful? I don't have to get up. All I do is just, so I have coffee in bed every morning. And then as I start waking up, because I pretty much need a coffee IV, to be
What
honest.
time is this black coffee?
Oh, this is like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So not even something crazy. I was like waiting for
No,
like 4:30 a.m.
oh, hell no. No, I'm not that crazy. No, no, I keep it real. I'm an entrepreneur. I work for myself. So I work, 7 days a week, but not 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if that makes sense.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
knowing I'm not a morning person, I'm a night owl. That's what time I get up, but I'm still like dead to the world. So I have my coffee. I say prayer. I always start off the day with ask for saying thank you for three specific things. That's how I start my day every single morning. I thank God for three specific things. And then I say my prayers. I reflect on what I want the day to look like, feel like, asking for what I want out of the day or more. I always ask. So whether you believe in God, the universe, I always ask, here's what I want or more or better, because that's the abundance. They're going to give us
Yeah.
more than what we want. So I do that. I listen to affirmations, and then I pull out my phone and I listen to my voice memo, my future life script. So I had recording, a lot of people we do, like I have my vision board is my background on my
Oh,
phone, my vision boards on my, vision board everywhere. But what I did is I wrote down exactly what I want my life to look and feel like a year from now, both financially, how I spend my time, what do I do in my free time, the travel. And I really like sat in it and like thought about it, envisioned it, smelled the sea. Like I love the ocean. And so
hmm.
like travel and those things. And so I wrote it all down, but then I recorded myself as if I've already achieved it. So like, this is how I get to spend my day, and I'm building this and I'm doing this, and this is how many women that I've helped. And I have these many coaching clients and I'm doing that. And when I listen to it, even on those shitty mornings where, I mean, we all go through life. There are times where, we want to put the covers over our head and not deal with life. But even on those days when I listen to that, I'm like, oh my God, I am a fucking badass. And I'm like, "Ah, here we go." And I like get so pumped up going, this is what I get to do. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, all right, I'm not there yet. But that's what gets me so fueled up that I go, this is going to help me. It helps me get really focused and determined that I'm not going to give up on my goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So do you recreate that recording every year as part of your
Yeah. And I mean, it's crazy because everything here is centered, right? Our head, our mouth, our heart. So a lot of us I don't like the sound of my voice. A lot of people can say that we don't like the sound of our voice, but our heart and our brain love the sound of our voice. This is all connected.
Mhm.
So when you say it, and you hear it and you listen to it, it is all going to be there. So your brain thinks it's already happening. This stuff already happens. It is so incredible how so many things have happened in my life because of that and the vision board. And I've just worked it into existence. And then when I see it on the vision board, I'm like, holy shit, I did that. Holy shit, I did that. And it makes me go like, what else can I do? Okay, sure, I'm going to do this. Okay, sure, I'm going to do that. Yeah.
So your mind, the images that you tell it and the senses that you tell it, your mind makes it happen. So it sounds like that's just how
Yeah.
it's playing out for you.
Yeah, it is. But the thing is, it goes with action, right? So, yes, I can think about all I want, but I've got to get my ass in the chair, go to work, and do what it takes to get it done. Yeah.
Yeah, what it takes to get it done. That
Yeah.
is, I think, where it gets us all like hung up though, is because we can hear the I'm gonna do it and let's go do it. But then you get stuck when you're trying to really build something into
Yeah.
the, well, what do I do? And is it gonna work?
Mhm.
And how are people gonna respond to it? And then you
Mhm.
just get into that freeze mode. And I think that's where a lot of us get stuck and don't know where to go.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I created the community, Like I've got different programs in different communities based on where women are. I can't say people. I pretty much work with women that are looking to build what I call their $100,000 fuck it fund. And it's lonely to be an entrepreneur. A lot of
Mhm.
people in, perhaps our inner circle don't understand entrepreneurship. So that's part of the reason why I wrote the book, Watch Me. So watch me. First of all, I call if you have a PhD in anything, you're going to succeed. And PhD is passion, heart, desire.
Oh, I love that. Oh my goodness.
That's it. If you have that, you're going to succeed. Now, Watch Me came from when I started my journey. Quite honest, my ex-husband didn't think I could tie my shoes without him. And from divorce, that's what turned me into being an entrepreneur because I wanted to balance motherhood. And I think a lot of women can relate with that when you go,
Yeah.
okay, I still want to be mom. I still want to be soccer mom, dance mom, PTO, do this, do that. How the hell do I do that? Working a full-time job. So that's what led me entrepreneur. But a lot of people didn't think I could succeed. Certainly he didn't think I could succeed without him. So I'm Italian Portuguese. I'm pretty damn stubborn, but but I know my worth and I know that I have a PhD and I know I have grit. So I wrote Watch Me on post-it notes and I put that in my office. I put that in my car. I put it in my bathroom on the mirror. You don't think I can? Watch me. And that fueled me. So then that led me recently. I wrote a book, a business philosophy, Watch Me. And Watch Me, the W is withdraw from explanation. A is act before approval. T is take up space publicly. C is commit without consensus. And H is hold a vision when no one else does.
Oh my
That
goodness.
is Watch Me. Like we don't need to ask permission. The people in our circle, they probably won't get it or understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important to, surround yourself with other entrepreneurs who are going to be honest, that there's going to be a lot of shit. There's going to be a lot of times where you're like, why am I even bothering? Is anyone listening? Right. And we're like, we do a podcast and we're like, is anyone
Yeah.
listening to me? Why am I keep showing up when, you know,
I will say I feel like I'm pretty thankful and blessed in the podcast area, but I just recently entered into the mental health realm, the wellness realm, where now I do this like special technique called RTT to help people. And I have been shot down like big time by people that have degrees and stuff saying that like I don't belong in this space because you didn't go through what we did and you don't have evidence of, XYZ. And it's like, man, how do you succeed when you get shot down by like the group that you thought you had, you know?
watch me. That's how you do. Put the blinders on. If you feel, that's the thing. I was just having this conversation with a client just before the show. If you feel compelled to do something, it's not hurting anyone else, but you're like, this lights me up. I I am really excited about this. You're going to find your people.
Mm,
And what I also recognized early on, it's not quantity and it's quality.
mm-hmm.
Because a lot of entrepreneurs, and I've been guilty of it, how many likes did I get? How many followers do I have? How many people are in my email campaign? That's all vanity metrics. It really means nothing. You can have 100,000 followers, and a lot of people pay for followers. I don't
Yeah.
support that, right? You can have hundreds of thousands of followers, and you can have 3 likes.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean they're actually even converting and monetizing with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to find your people, stay consistent, increase your visibility. Watch me. That's,
I
yeah.
love that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to start sticking that everywhere.
I mean, all over. It's like that because you say that in that life script. Have you written your life script and recorded it?
No, I have not recorded my
Okay.
life script yet, but I remember I was asked recently to write like my daily, like your montage, and clearly it stuck with me because I can't
Yeah.
remember what it was.
Yes. Well, and when I say life script, your future life self, like what do you want the next year? What do you want to accomplish a year from now? Where do you want to be in your life? So write down, like I did, write down your goals, what you want things to look like, what you want it to feel like, how you're spending your day, your multiple streams, how you're building, all of that, how it feels, what you get to do now as I get to take, like for me, I'm like, I get to take my family and I get to do this and I get to spoil them and I paid for my daughter's wedding and like all of the things that, right, that you want to do, and then record yourself. Samantha, it is such a powerful tool. I cannot say enough great things about that future life script.
I love that. And I talk a lot about synchronicity. And so here I say, if something comes up 3 times, like don't ignore it.
Yeah.
And so here we are, time 2. So maybe I'll just skip the third time
Just
and
skip the third and just do it. And then you're paying it forward to your audience because as you do that and you start feeling it, it changes you. And you're like, okay, I am on this path for the right reason,
Mhm.
1000%. And then you're going to be able to pay it forward to your audience. And you're going to be like, see, it does work. And then somebody else is going to go, okay, Samantha, thank you so much for sharing this. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how we empower each other.
Yep. Yep. 1000%.
So, for those of us listening that don't know what Badass Queen is, what exactly is it and what led you to create it?
Fantastic. So, yes, I am the founder of the Badass Queen Personal Branding and Media Agency. And what that is several things. I love sharing that I unapologetically inspire moms over 40 to look and feel like a million freaking bucks, build their $100,000 fuck it fund, and unleash the inner badass queen. So, what happened was I was divorced, like I said. I never want women to feel like they're stuck, whether it's a shitty job, a shitty relationship, or they just want, travel money, retirement. There's so many people that are my age. I'm 56. There's so many women my age that are like, retirement. What the hell is that? I don't know if I can.
Or
I
even we sat back while our husband built something, and then it's like, what's mine?
What's mine? And that's the thing is what it's I love that you said that because yes, it's not just financially what's mine, but what's mine in my heart. What can I
Mhm.
build? What can I do that makes me feel good? So I have training programs, I have coaching programs, I got digital downloads, I've got all of that. That all transpired from my journey when I started. I didn't start out that way. I started out in network marketing and I built a $13 million sales organization with a jewelry company. And a lot of women outside of the company, I sponsored Miss America. I was building a personal brand before I even knew what a personal brand was. I was just doing it because I was like, I need to differentiate myself from everyone else. Love on everyone else, but why is somebody going to do business with me versus someone else? So I built that. And there's been so many women throughout my career that was like, Renee, how did you do this? How did asking me questions? And I'm an open book. I'm like, oh, blah, blah. But then I was like during the pandemic, a lot of people decided to pivot. And I really took that time going, what do I want my next chapter to look like? And really what fuels me and lights me up is helping women grow their fuck it fund. So I'm like, okay, let me get more serious about coaching others. And I, invested in myself and education and coaching and all of that. So I built out the personal branding agency, and then that led to me creating the Unapologetically Badass podcast, which I love, and I, share women's journeys. And I didn't want the podcast to be, just like, here's how you build your fuck it fund, and I'll give you business tips and follow along for more. I didn't want
Yeah.
that because I wanted people to see the shit. I wanted people to understand the ups and downs of entrepreneurial and what we go through also as women, right? The challenges we face in life and balancing some of us, whether we're moms or we're taking care of elderly parents or we've got siblings or kids or stepkids or blended families or whatever that looks like on top of everything else that we're trying to do. And so many times we just try and keep it all together and we show up on social media like, yes, it's all wonderful. And my life is just perfect. And we're like dying inside going, I don't know
Yep.
if I could do the next day, you know? So I wanted the space where we could just be honest and have those conversations and perhaps inspire one woman who says, oh, I really connect with that. Like, I love that she went through not that I'm happy that she went through the shit, but
Right.
stories save us. And that's what I wanted to show. And while supporting women that, especially entrepreneurs, while supporting them and their businesses and give them the chance to, increase their visibility with my audience. So yeah, there's just so much. So Badass Queen is that feeling of empowerment. I want women to feel like they're freaking unstoppable. So I trademarked. I'm building other things with Badass Queen. It's like there's so many things that are happening. So yeah, it's fun.
It's so funny as you're describing like what brought up Badass Queen. I mean, that's essentially what was behind Skirts Up. It was like that statement of all those eyes saying that you can't do
Yeah,
something because you're female or because you have to look a certain way or be a certain way. And so it's like, let's just lift our skirts and we can do what we want.
right. Exactly. And as I was growing, for a very long time, I was, being like I thought I needed to be.
Hmm.
And I came from a corporate background. So granted, I be corporate. But when I finally released the expectation that I either put on myself on how I needed
Hmm.
to act and be and talk and dress, or what other people put on me, once I released that and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was trying to be good to like not good, but I was trying to attract everyone and not offend anyone.
Mm.
That wasn't serving me because
Yeah.
I wasn't being truly authentic to who I am. So when I finally said, you know what, I'm going to be me. And if somebody doesn't like me, fuck it. I mean, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. That's okay. Like, I like
How'd you
coffee.
get to that point, like with the tougher skin? Because obviously, to get where you are, you're gonna have some
Yeah.
negative feedback.
Oh, oh, negative, not even negative feedback, but like crickets. That's the other thing. So
Oh,
the crickets, the people that
yeah.
you thought really would support you, even a like on your post or congratulations or like any of that. And when that doesn't happen, we as women were like, what the fuck did I do? Like, why am
This
I
is
not?
embarrassing. Do I delete it?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, you know what? That's the way other people respond to me is on them. It's on them. I know I'll find my people. And like I said, it's quality and not quantity. So when I just unleashed the expectation. I'm going to be me. I am quirky. I am fun. I try not to insult. Like, I'm not a bad person. Do I say stupid shit sometimes? Yeah, absolutely. So I own it, right? But call me on it. It's all good. Um, but when I was just like, I'm me and I like me and I know people like me. If they don't support me, all right, well, I'll find the right people that want to support me or that want the gifts that I know I have to give them. And that's the thing is I know my worth. I know what I can help somebody with. And, I'll find them. So it kind of fuels me going, all right, watch me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever have to sit a client down though and just kind of be like, all right, we're all over the place?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yes.
Okay, I was like, wait, no, do we like empower this? Because I feel like it's really easy to like get all these ideas and then half cup this and half cup that and
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So especially when we get excited, and I know I certainly do that. So it's like, okay, I want to do this and I want to do this and then we're going to do this and I'm going to like, okay, and it's I have a clarity intensive. So a lot of people love to like start there. So clarity intensive is a one-on-one session where I help women get the clarity so that they can move forward with their next step. Sometimes that's really what all it takes.
Mhm.
But the way I coach also, I call it the case method. I love little acronyms. It's fun because it makes me remember. But the case method is clarity, is case. So first we have to figure out, let's be clear on what is it that you want. Then the A is action and strategy. So the action strategy, what is the action we're going to have to take for this? And
Mhm.
then we have the strategic execution for S. So we have to execute our strategy action, and then evaluation and accountability. So that's the important part of coaching, because a lot of times we want to go in so many different directions,
Mhm.
but having somebody kind of walk this journey with you, going, okay, let's hone it in. So the last time we spoke, you had said you wanted to work on, right? How is that going for you? And then the client's like, oh yeah, I know I said I wanted to do that, but then I was thinking about this. And we're like, okay, so now let's, just Jack, let's regroup and let's, start again. So yeah, no, it's important, because if we're left to our own devices, sometimes a confused mind does nothing. And a lot of times we think about so many different things, but we don't put it into action. So that's where coaching is invaluable. And I struggled with coaching, I'll be honest with you. So I'm a coach, right? But
Yeah.
I struggled, especially early on, hiring a coach.
Mhm.
One, money, it's like,
Yes.
right? I was like, okay, I'm not making money. Like, why am I going to invest in a coach?
Or
I mean,
how can I invest in
how
a coach?
can I?
Like when you're
Yes, and it's a lot. And when you look at it going, my gosh. But the thing is, a man would never pause to go, I'm going to invest in myself and in my education, because that's what it is. It's education. I'm going to invest in myself because I'm going to better myself. They would never pause. They'd figure it out. What do I got to do? Do I need to take a loan, put on my credit card, pay over installments? What do I got to do? So that's when I said, you know what? I have a PhD, but I knew that I needed support too. Like,
Mhm.
it's hard to, coaching accelerates success. I knew I was going to be able to do it, but I wanted success quicker.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I invested. I was scared to death when I put that credit card down. Scared,
Yeah.
but, and I've invested on some wrong opportunities, not going to lie. And that's why I always share, I'm not a DIY. I'm not a one size fits all person, right? I do have DIY programs, but I have one-on-one mentorship. And sometimes that's really the difference. And when I say one-on-one, it's not like here's a course and I'll see you once a month on group coaching. That's not it. So, and not that, and I do have those too, but
Yeah.
I have multiple levels depending on what people want. But I keep it, I have levels, so based on what women need and want, because I always remember I filed for bankruptcy when I was younger. I know what it's like to not have anything. I know what it's like to not have anything. So,
Mhm.
and I know what it's like to have abundance, but I never forget what it's like to have nothing. And that's kind of how I live my life with the, relationship with money, of how important it is. And I truly want to help women. So I have multiple things, but it is hard, and I know it was hard for me, but I'm very appreciative that I did make the investment on me, because I knew I had that PhD and I needed support in helping getting it to the next level.
Yeah,
That
sometimes we
makes
get
sense.
trapped into so many of the wrong things, and then it gets hard to validate like just this one more thing, this
Yeah.
one more time, and maybe this will be the one.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm going to share with your audience. I share this with everyone. This isn't my book, but this I love sharing this. It's a book called 3 Feet from Gold.
Okay, actually have not heard of that one.
Okay, this is fantastic. It's from the Napoleon Hill Foundation, 3 feet from gold. So you can kind of understand the concept, right? Just
Okay.
when you think, oh, this isn't going to work, or I can't do this again, you could be 3 feet from gold.
Yeah.
There's so many stories in here that just like, and true stories of success. But if you stop, like, oh, that next, like you said, that next opportunity, that next coach, that next thing could be the key that unlocks it.
Yeah.
And that could be where your gold is.
Yeah. And sometimes we just can't do it alone. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I still can't do it alone. Like I love having, people that I can rely on and count on in a community and a mentor and a coach that I can bump because I'm here. I want
what
to.
was your biggest key factor in like, this is how I got successful? Like, was it the coach? Like, was that your first key? Like, now I know what I'm doing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because with the coaching is for me, the way I learn, I need to also be trained. Now there
Mm-hmm.
are coaches that coach. So when I say I'm a, coach, I am. However, I'm also a trainer because there are a lot of coaches that coach from the standpoint, and obvious as a coach, to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those coaches only ask questions, right? So then it becomes this frustration for the
You're not
client.
able, you're not learning how to critically think for yourself, like, and ask yourself the right questions.
Well, part of it is we want clients to ask themselves and find solutions, right? Because
Mhm.
you want to be an empowered business owner or empowered woman. So in order to do that, yes, it is just like raising kids. You want them to make mistakes, find what's going to work and, grow that way. But there are some times where it's like, just fucking tell me what to do.
Yes.
Right. Like, okay, you can ask me. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, this is why I hired you. Please tell me what is the next thing that I need to do, and I'll go do it. And if you can't,
Right.
just tell me what that is, the topic, and then I'll go research and do it. But I'm stuck. I wouldn't, I have you because I need you. So that's where I come from is that level of frustration. So I coach, but I also am a realist and go like, okay, what do you need? And we sit there and go, okay, like let's dive in and here's what to do. And then they're like, that's great. Okay. All right, I'm on it. Beautiful. And then they come back with I did my homework, Renee. So I'm coach slash mentor slash trainer.
All great things. All great things that we all need. And cheerleader.
And oh, huge cheer. Yes. Can you tell with my personality? Thank you. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm picking up on it. Huge cheerleader.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why, but something is like screaming in the back of my head to ask if your childhood, were you very encouraged to follow your dreams and everything that you wanted to do as a child, or did you have to kind of fight against that as well?
That's a really good question. So I grew up we grew up with very little
Mhm.
financially. And my biological father, so I wrote this in my other book. I'm not that I'm plugging the books, but my biological father committed suicide when I was a kid.
Okay.
So my mom, single mom, raised me and my sister, did the best that she could, right? But we grew up, we didn't have that much, and that's okay. But that opened my eyes as far as struggle.
Hmm.
Knew I didn't want that. So then when she remarried, wonderful man, my stepdad, great. They all did the best they could. They owned a two-family tenement home.
Mm.
They had two sons, two-bedroom apartment. So I lived on a pull-out couch with my sister.
Mm.
So I moved out at 17 and figured it out. The plan, the support was, you go to high school and then, maybe you should go to Catherine Gibbs Secretarial School and go become
Mhm.
a secretary and work for someone and die a slow death and
Ah, that was the expectation put on you.
yeah,
And
collect
then that
social
carried you into
security,
marriage.
go get married, have kids, be a mom, and then collect social security, and that's
Hmm.
it. There was no like big vision and go do this and sure you can do that. And there was no money for college. And so everything I had to figure out. And that's what I did. And that's why, again, I go with the PhD. I was like, I don't want those circumstances. I am grateful though. So at this point, I am grateful that we struggled because that gave me the grit and the tenacity to want to do more and want to share that with my kids and with other women, right? So that fueled my passion to kind of everything is figure outable. So I was like, if there's a way, I'm going to do it. Now, I was very successful in my career, and I was very lucky that although I don't have a college education, my work ethic and I, I just became very successful. I promoted. And then when I became pregnant, my husband at the time was very financially successful at finally to a point that we decided I was going to stay home. And as the stay-at-home mom, I lost my identity.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. Now I'm not complaining because I wanted it, but I felt like I needed to justify my existence being a stay-at-home mom. So I signed up for everything and I'm like, I'm going to be the volunteer for every freaking thing that comes our way from school and church and whatever. And it wasn't fulfilling. So I went back to work part-time. But anyway, when divorce happened, I was stay-at-home mom. My kids were 12 and 9. And I, without the college education, I was kind of like, well, I've been out of the workforce for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Now what? So again, all right, let me see. Everything's figure outable. I'll
Yeah.
figure it. So I've kind of always lived my life going, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that you don't have a college degree because I like to really I like to really shine that you don't have to have a degree in anything to be successful. Like, I mean, I had some pretty nice jobs. I mean, I say nice, but I mean like, being 20 years old, working in an animal hospital, doing x-rays and doing, catheters and blood draws. And I didn't have to go to school for that. I was lucky enough to be taught on the job how to do all that. And not many, fresh out of high school kids can say that. So, I mean, I learned from that and was able to grow and grow. And now I'm, trying to open a wellness practice, and it didn't take education. It just took the direction.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. That's why I say if you're passionate about something, you can grow it for sure. But no, you don't need a college education for everything. And I think nowadays a lot of people are seeing
Yeah,
you
I
don't
hope
need.
so. My
Yeah.
son actually, everyone's always asking your kids like,
Mm.
"Oh, are you gonna go to college? Is your son gonna go to college?" And I'm like, honestly, I don't give two shits if he does. I don't think
Oh,
he wants to, so
yep.
I
Yep.
don't care.
Good. Beautiful. And that was the thing that I think my generation did a disservice because we were taught differently. And so then we were like, oh, college, you need a college degree. You need to go to
Mhm.
school. You need to go to college. Right. And now we're at the point going, oh, that wasn't, no, we need plumbers. We need electricians,
Mhm.
people who could freaking think and figure things out. And we need
Yeah.
carpenters. And we need that's the stuff that's, oh my gosh, we need that. We need good people to help us do that.
Hmm. We forget about the trades and that,
Yes.
I mean,
Yep.
hello.
Yep. Yep. That is going to, AI can't take over that.
What is Watch Me based off of? I think I,
So the watch me was the business philosophy, watch me succeed. You don't think I can watch me. So that's that acronym that I shared. The other
Mhm.
book was the first one that was part memoir, part reflection. That
Mhm.
was the Unapologetically Badass, Fuck the Rules, Wear the Crown.
Okay,
And
okay.
that one was reflective. So that was my first book. And when I wrote that, it wasn't because, a lot of women were clamoring for, my story, but I felt it important, like I shared earlier about bankruptcy and about my father and stuff. But I felt like if I shared some of this shit that I went through in my life and then leave a time for the reader to reflect on theirs for each chapter, like there's different things each chapter,
Hmm.
then maybe they could see themselves and go, okay, and then I push them to what can you learn from it? How did you grow from it? So I looked at all of that and that, I can't be shameful of what happened. There's a lot of sadness and there were a lot of things that, could have crushed me. And I'm not to say that I haven't been depressed or sad over it, but what did I learn from it? How did I grow from it? And for me, I found the more I help other women in their journey, that's actually how it helps me. So I feel like writing that and sharing that helps me stay accountable to somebody else too.
Yeah. And it feels good when you get something off your chest and really write something. It just like it's freeing.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it totally was. And people are like, and then people start going, wow, I didn't know you went through that. And they're like, me
No
too.
shit.
Right. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't like blast it all over social media.
Or
But
no one asks,
oh,
right?
no, absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely. Or no one
you have to
asks.
ask questions to know that
Yeah.
about me.
Yes. Exactly. Right. You have to pretend like you want to freaking really know me and not try to just sell me on shit. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Um, so if you were to be talking to right now the woman with the big goals, big dreams, but nothing's going right now, and she's feeling like giving up, what is your biggest advice and words of wisdom?
3 feet from gold. I mean, really, you don't know what's around that next corner. The conversations, the networking, not giving up on yourself is so important. We have one at, one life. So what are you going to do with it? And I know it's scary and I know it can be hard. Certainly in my community, your community, like reach out to somebody that you connect with in an entrepreneurial space. And, if I could be of resource, I'm happy to, but it's 3 feet from gold. And just put that watch me, right? The people need to ask themselves. The other thing too is people need to ask themselves, are they on the right path? Is what they're doing. So a lot of people that fail, and I failed, I wasn't on the right path,
What did
right?
you fail at?
Oh, I mean, gosh, I'm 56. Of course I'm going to fail. And there's, different ways of build, like when I was sponsoring things and putting money out and investing in advertising all this shit, or different coaches that were bad. It's like, well, that doesn't work. And then that didn't help my business and my business wasn't growing and I was losing money.
Okay.
And it was, and I'm like, because I listened to this or I thought about this and I have you're going to see my freaking whiteboards. And I'm like, oh yeah, try that shit. That didn't work.
Okay, so it's not everyone falls for the this is gonna work thing.
Yeah, no. And so it's that understanding, that's that evaluation and accountability part of the case method, right? Evaluate what's working, what's not, but being okay with releasing what's not working. So I pivoted from a network marketing business, right, into different things and then into developing my coaching and my trainings, but figure out what's not working, reflect on it. And again, that's why that clarity intensive, so many women get so much out of that because it's a one-on-one 50-minute session. Boom, boom, boom. What do we got going on? And I help them with that. Okay, here's what I'm really meant to be doing. So it's sometimes you're
Yeah.
just not on the right path and you need that little nudge to get on the right one.
Yeah. What does it feel like to know this is it? Like I'm on it.
Oh, again, what lights you up? Like, I know with every fiber of my being that I'm on the right path because I fucking love what I do. I love talking about it until I am blue in the face. I love telling women that I help them unleash their inner badass queen. It cracks me up. It makes me feel good. I go to events in person. I am me. I just did an event yesterday, an all day like expo, and people are like, oh my God, your energy, whatever. I'm like, because I fucking love it. I have no expectation that anyone's going to buy anything from me or they're going to hire me. I will talk about this till I'm blue in the face. But I know because I'm doing it because I love it, people are going to hire me. People are going to shop with me. People are going to want to be in my space. Not everyone, and that's okay. right? But I know that I'm on the, so if you feel it in your gut, in your core, and you're like, this lights me up. I have so much enjoyment from this, and I could talk about it until I'm blue in the face. That's when you know you're on the right path.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us? Of course, we'll put your contact information, all the good things in the
Wonderful.
links. Is there anything else you want to share with us before we part?
Stay tuned. Follow me on socials at Renee Carbone Fleming, because the Badass Queen wine may be coming.
What? Say no
Uh,
more.
Yep, Badass Queen Napa experience may be coming in the fall. So yeah, lots of, and then there's something else too, but lots of really, I'm like out of control, but it's so much fun. So follow me if you think like I love, and if I could support anyone that's listening, that's watching, and if I could be that cheerleader for you, like, please let me know. Follow me, follow you back. I'm all about helping women feel good and just be in their space.
A true skirts up. Oh, I guess Badass Queen came first. So
Hey, this is your podcast. Skirts up, bitches. Here we go.
oh, thank you so much.
Did you like the episode that you heard today? Great! Share it with a friend and don't forget to rate and review.